Hello, in this learning segment, brought to you by ServingIntel, we will continue our review on how to view transactions utilizing the Dollars on the Net portal. Please note that the following sections we will review may or may not appear on your View Transactions page, as they are based on account settings and merchant types. The first section we will take a look at is the Purchasing Card Information section. This section will appear if the following information was provided during the transaction process. First, we have Customer Reference, which displays the internal customer invoice or check number. Next, we see Destination Zip. This would display the postal zip code of where goods were shipped to, if this is something that your business utilizes. After that, we see Sales Tax, which displays the sales tax information for the transaction. This amount is included in the primary amount field and is not an additional transaction amount. Then we see the Product Description field. This field displays any descriptions for the transaction provided by your point of sale system. Then we move down and see the Cardholder Address and Security Code Verification section. This section will appear if this additional cardholder information was provided and checked during the transaction process. Within this section, we will first see the fields for street address of cardholder and the zip code of cardholder. Then we see the AVS Result field. This field will display the result of the address verification check. And the possible result codes for the AVS are as follows. Not attempted. This would denote that the AVS was not attempted. Result codes X, Y, D, F, or M would denote that the street address and postal or zip code have been verified. Result codes A or B would denote that the street address has been verified. Result codes W, Z, or P would denote that the postal or zip code had been verified. Result codes N or C would denote that the street address and postal zip code failed to verify. Result code S denotes that this service is not supported. Result code U denotes that the address is unavailable. Result code R denotes a timeout occurred and you may retry. Result codes G or I will denote a global non-AVS participant payment. And finally, result code E denotes AVS is not allowed for the payment card type. Moving on to the next section, we see the card security code. Due to payment card regulations, this field will only display one of the following responses: not provided, present, unreadable, or not present. And then lastly, we see the field labeled Card Security Code Result. And again, due to payment card regulations, this field will only display one of the following responses: M for match, N for no match, P for not processed, S for should be present, or U for issuer unable to process. The next fields that we will take a look at may be listed in your interface depending on your business type, and this is called the Extended Hospitality Information Screen. This section will only appear for hotel transactions and displays the provided information during the transaction. And as we can see, there are fields for a check-in date, number of days staying, different charge types, and any late charges. And another functionality piece to mention here is the Show Audit Trail or Show CC History. If this is selected in your user profile, you will also see the Audit Trail sections and the transaction history for the payment card section. The Audit Trail displays activity received from your point of sale system. The transaction history displays every time the payment card was used by the selected merchant and that transaction's corresponding details. The batch ID number, which is the Dollars on the Net batch number where the archived transaction is located, unless it is a current transaction. Then we see some standard information like business date, merchant number, invoice or check number, amount, transaction type, and customer name. And finally, if a particular field is clear, this indicates that the information does not exist for the transaction. Now that we have reviewed the type of information that you may see for a selected transaction, please make sure that you check out the next learning segment where we will review the additional auditing options available to you on the View Transaction page. And before you leave, don't forget to click the link below and subscribe to the ServingIntel channel. That way you can stay up to date on the latest tips, tricks, and new technologies available to you from ServingIntel. And as always, if you encounter any issues with this or any other aspect of your system, please call the ServingIntel Service Desk for 24/7 premium software support by dialing 1-888-477-7711 and selecting extension 2. Support tickets can also be generated by sending an email to service@servingintel.com, and your support request will be handled quickly and efficiently by one of our highly trained and dedicated support staff members. Thanks again for tuning in to our Partner Learning Series. Be on the lookout for more helpful videos and tips coming soon. And most importantly, thank you for choosing ServingIntel for all your restaurant technology needs.